Hello guys, welcome back to another short online tutorial. It's Jack from Blue Sky Graphics, and today we're based in Adobe Photoshop. What I'd like to do today, guys, is show you how to create a realistic perspective effect within Adobe Photoshop. Many people use other different ways, but this is the best way to create the realism and the realistic effect that you are looking for. As you can see, I have a demonstration in front of you here today, just to show you an example of what we're talking about. And then what we're going to do today is go through the step-by-step process we need to do to achieve such effect. Okay, so what I have on another tab is the original image. And what I'm going to do is create my typography. So let's go to our type tool here. I'm going to click and let's type the word forever. Okay, so you notice on the original, we have arrows here. What I've done is I've downloaded an SVG file of an arrow from SVG Repo. Great website to get icons from all for free. So take a look. What I'm going to do now is come to File, Place Embedded, and let's place in my arrow icon like so. Wonderful. Using Shift and Option or Alt on Windows, I'm going to enlarge the icon like so. And I'm going to rotate it, pressing Shift because it pops every 15 increments. Wonderful. Now, as you can see at the moment, we have a black arrow. So what I'm going to do is add a layer style to my layer here. So I'm going to double click. And we are going to apply a color overlay. And we're going to make sure the color is white, obviously, which you can change and edit at your will. Okay. So let's do a bit of resizing now. So I'm going to come to our Forever tool. Let's press Control T, Command T on Mac or Control T on Windows. Let's enlarge that by pressing Shift and Option or Alt. Okay, wonderful. Now what I'm going to do is come to our arrows here, and I'm just going to duplicate it by pressing Option on the Mac or Alt on Windows. Click and drag like so. And let's do that one more time. Now, what I want to do is make sure that the spacing between my three arrows here is perfectly distributed. So by pressing Shift, I'm going to come to our lower arrow layer there, and we're going to come to our alignment options at the top. And we're going to make sure that we are aligning and distributing horizontally. Okay, perfect. Now, what we're going to do is let's press Command T on Mac or Control T on Windows to get our transform options open. What we're going to do is we're going to group these three arrow layers together by pressing the shortcut Command G on Mac or Control G on Windows, like so. And we're going to align these two up here, these two layers. So again, I press Shift to select that other layer, and we're going to align it vertically, like so. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just get the spacing correct. Fantastic. Resize them arrows again. A bit smaller, I'd say. Perfect. Okay. So we have our type layer and we have our arrows. Okay. Now I'm happy with what we've created here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to merge these two layers, or this group and this layer together. So yet again, I'm going to press Shift and click on the type layer, have them both highlighted. The shortcut to merge is Command E on Mac and Control E on Windows. And what we have done there also is rasterized this particular layer. So now we have a rasterized layer for us to work with. Okay. Now using the marquee tool, rectangular marquee tool selection tool here, what I'm going to do is create a selection like so over our type layer here, which we're probably better off labeling, to be fair. Okay, so with my selection, what I'm now going to do is come to Edit, and we're just going to cut it. Or as you can see, the shortcut is Command X on Mac or Control X on Windows. Okay, now what we're going to do is come to Filter, and we're going to use Vanishing Point as our filter today. What I'm first of all going to do is create our grid. So just by clicking, let's create our perspective like so. Wonderful. Okay. Now we cut that forever layer earlier. So what we're going to do now is simply paste it And if you do that by pressing Command V on Mac or Control V on Windows, and as you can see now, our forever is here. Okay, I'm just going to press Command T on Mac or Control T on Windows to rotate it, and press Shift again to keep it in 15 increments. Okay, now if I was to click and drag our forever layer on here like so, I'm just going to do a bit of rotation there. Now we can manipulate to the point where we like it. And as you can see, really cool perspective, really realistic. And it doesn't take much skill to do so. Okay, now let's say I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do now is press OK. Fantastic. What I'd like to do also is convert this into a smart object. So I'm going to now right click and convert to smart object. And just to really get the texture feel going on the road here, because obviously people will be driving over this type here. So there'll be a sort of a grainy sort of textured feel to it. The way I'm going to do that is if I double click on the forever layer, therefore bringing up my layer style. Fantastic. We have our underlying layer here. These are our darks and these are our highlights. Okay. Now if we come through, we're just going to just manipulate there a little bit there. Let's say nice, as you can see. It's starting to come through now, the texture. Wonderful. Maybe bring that across a little bit more like so. And what I'm going to do now is come through and press Option on the Mac or Alt on Windows to separate our dividers like so. Just to make it as textured as we can. Okay. And there you have it, guys. That's how you create a really cool and really realistic perspective effect within Adobe Photoshop. If you're interested in finding out more about our school, please take a look at our website at blueskygraphics.co.uk. Also take a look at our Instagram, Blue Sky Graphics UK. There are some really cool work on there by our students. And thank you very much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.